Here are 10 secrets you definitely missed in Garten of Banban 3.
Did you know that there's actually a way to get into all of the secret doors in the Garten of Banban? They've
I
just
did
got
not.
secret keycards that are hiding around the map that aren't easy to find. But don't worry, I'm here to tell you where they are and what's inside of those rooms. Because I'm here to show you 10 secrets that you didn't find in the Garten of Banban 3. So without further ado, let's get straight into this thing. Let's start off with the White Room. This is the room that you can find behind Stinger Flynn when he's sleeping at the beginning of the game. It's the first door in the game that you can't have access to. And funnily enough, to get access to it, you're going to have to wait until late game to get the key card. Because you find this door so early in the game, and then you eventually talk to Stinger Flynn in the same cut sequence, a lot of people would have forgotten that it even exists. Anyway, let's fast forward to Mr. Kebab Man. You know this iconic endoskeleton looking guy? Once our brains start to melt from his voice lines constantly playing over and over again, we have to specifically stop him at this door inside the main room, and then play the voice message on his back. That's the key to activate this door on the left. He simply says open sesame. Inside that room you can find the white key card, and from here you need to...
Most people would have missed that. Like, I'm pretty sure I almost accidentally figured that out, which is probably how this person also figured it out.
Take the card.
They just
back
accidentally
of the game
activated it right at that point.
Now you have access into that room, and in that room we learn a couple of things. Firstly, the name of that weird monster we had a boss fight with. It's actually got two names.
What is that? Kamataki
and
Kamataki,
respectively.
What do they say? We carry our home wherever we go. It's totally worth it. Practicing safety saves lives. Practice safety everywhere.
For a turtle and a chameleon. And this one takes the crown for the ugliest mascot that I've ever seen in my life.
That thing is
we learn about something called the
scary.
Ploy, which is represented by a DNA helix. It symbolizes the mixture of the two DNA types, resulting in this ugly mofo right here. Anyway, on to detail number 2, the green room. Now, this would have been a door that you find in the medical sector. You know, when we're performing surgery on Nabnalina. You know, by stabbing a syringe into her head. Anyway, this one is actually quite simple because you get the green keycard later on, but you just forget about the green door.
Oh, wait a second. Okay, I think that's the part with Bambolina when you're trying to figure out like how to do that parkour, and then Jumbo Josh is like secretly checking up on you.
The Fark Bros really like to test you on your memory. It's during the weird Jumbo Josh lesson minigame.
Yeah.
You get it right at the end to end the test, but you'd forget to go back to the medical sector because there's actually no reason to in the story of the game.
Oh, okay, so that keycard, it ends the training, but it also has a secondary use.
Anyway, once you enter into this room, you find a note which refers to this room as the prank room, and you find a cosmetic.
Wait, what did the note say?
Medical sector because there's actually no reason to in the story of the game. Anyway, once you enter into this room, you find a note which refers.
If management's sense of humor is this bad, then no wonder this establishment is having difficulties running a kindergarten. They waste God knows how much resources on a prank room like this for employees to find and then complain about financial difficulties. Even worse, it's only found on the day the world ends, so it couldn't even get out the few laughs it was supposed to get. What do they mean by the day the world ends? That has to do with Zolphius, right? Like, I feel like that's the only character in this that could potentially like end the world. It goes on to say, if we survive this, someone else needs to control our budget's priorities. But then again, whoever set this up is probably gone already, so this would have to be done anyway. Wait, what if this entire is a prank by management and everyone is actually okay? This is my chance to become popular around this place, and I'd better not waste it. But it's not signed by anybody. We have no idea who actually wrote it. Like, it could be an employee. It could be one of the characters too. It's probably not one of the children, since the children in the kindergarten normally like scribble stuff.
First of this room is the prank room, and you find a cosmetic for your drone. But the weird part is this locked door and these keys on the wall. You have to press the keys in a certain sequence
all
for
of
the
the
door
characters
to
are on the
open.
wall.
And there's no obvious way of
Interesting.
finding out this code. But don't worry, I got you again. On to detail number 3, the secret QR codes.
Oh, that makes sense. I was wondering what the QR codes did.
Now, this is something that's been done throughout all of the chapters of the Garten of Banban, but in this chapter they're used a little bit differently. On all of the case reports, which include a QR code, if you scan them it takes you to a photo. At first glance these photos seem extremely mysterious. It's black and white and pixelated, but you can make out that it's the mascots in those photos.
Right.
But if you look closely in the corners you'll also see a number.
I didn't notice the numbers. That makes so much more sense now.
These numbers range from 1 to 6, and I think you're starting to put it together now. Those numbers indicate the order in which you have to press the buttons for that secret door in the green room. I think is a pretty neat detail. And so if we follow the order, it goes Nab Nab, Slow Celine, Bon Bon, Sheriff Toadster, Jumbo Josh, and then Bombalina. Lo and behold, you open the door and you can find yourself a note and a voice audio note as well.
I had a feeling there would be different voice audio memos, because I think when I played through, there's only one that you find that like isn't a secret. So that's cool that there's extra ones. And there's also this secret note that says, I started doing my own research on the side regarding our decision. We really should have thought this through better. We didn't think about any long-term consequences. We are very selfish. He was never going to be normal, and assuming we could even get him out of this place with his size, what was next? What house would he fit in? What school would accept him? What government would allow him to keep this abomination around? Let me answer you, none. We haven't even seen what he's capable of when he's scared or angry. I don't want to imagine the consequences. Not to mention how dangerous it is to keep him around the other monstrosities. He plays with them like they're toys, throwing and commanding them around and everything. Sometimes life denies you beautiful gifts, and we should have accepted that. But we're doing the right thing here, and I'm proud of us both. That has to be talking about Zolphius, right? Like that giant creature that you see throughout Garten of Banban 2 and also 3, that he has like the white face and it looks like a really scary mask. That is huge. Like that's the only character I think that would be able to like throw around all of the other monstrosities, which I guess are the other Garten of Banban characters.
Note is extremely remorseful. It talks about how they've made a mistake creating this large abomination. Feel free to pause the video and theorize on who they're talking about here.
That has to be Zolphius.
Note, we'll do that secret last because that's my favorite in this whole thing. So now on to detail number 4, secret tape number 1. I am extremely proud of myself because I actually found this secret tape on my first playthrough. And if you haven't seen my playthrough, go subscribe to my second channel, Erosa. Come on, man, do it for Zolphius. Anyway, once you're in Sheriff Toadster's room, go to the boss room. It's up the stairs a little bit. You'll find one of the criminals sitting on top of an office desk. If you go behind the desk and look underneath it, you'll find a switch. Once you press that switch, go to the other end of the platform. You'll notice that 2 platforms have appeared adjacent to you on the wall. Now you can do the hardest part, which is the jump quest to get onto that first platform. Just do a running jump, and then jump onto the other platform, and right in that nook you'll find the secret tape. If you take that tape right back to the beginning of the game, you'll find security camera footage into a holding room, or more like a prison room.
This footage was weird.
A toad, probably the genome donor for Sheriff Toad.
It seems like that is, probably what they use for Sheriff Toadster. So it seems like all of the Garten of Banban characters started out as like normal creatures that we'd find at like a zoo, and then they gave them the Gavanium, and then they turned into these monstrosities.
Toadster, who by the way is going to be in the next chapter, he's not even in this one. This is the first time we actually see a real-life organic animal in the game, even though all of the mascots are based off of genome donors that are animals. Anyway, onto secret tape number 2. After escaping Jumbo Josh's weird minigame, follow Bombalina down the hallway. But have your eyes peeled at the corner, because sitting on the ground is a secret tape.
That was the easiest tape to find.
Also the easiest one to miss. What's
it was not even a secret.
Is that it leads straight into that first room where you can play the tapes. Insert the tape and then you'll find some security footage of a room that we've seen before. It's the playground from Garten of Banban 1. You know, the one where we have to find the balls and put them in Opila's mouth. That sounds so much dodgier when you say it out loud. Anyway, but this time, for the first time ever, we actually see some living children. And next to the child, you can see a white Captain Fiddles. They seem like they're playing. It's funny because at this point, I totally forgot for a second that that's the whole point of the game. We're trying to find the missing children. And this is the first piece.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't realize that like you're supposed to find your daughter Claire until Garten of Banban 3. I'm not ashamed, I'm just disappointed in myself.
Of evidence that shows us them alive. But I guess if we think about timing, this is probably before they fell down the ball pit. Or before Big Boy Stingerflynn took them down the ball pit. We're not sure yet, it's all speculation. But anyway, let's move on to secret tape number 3. This one again is in an obvious place that is easy to miss. Remember that ambush room where Opila and her husband try and get you? Head up onto this platform and look at the corner of the wall.
I'm pretty sure I found this one too.
The tape is on the floor. Take the tape all the way back to the beginning of the game and put it in the VCR. And be prepared to watch the scariest of the tapes. Again, it is security footage into a holding room.
It's Banban.
This time we've got Banban in there, and he looks like he's bending over, writhing in pain. But then he suddenly goes through a transformation and he gets absolutely yoked. And he slowly leans up and starts looking right at us.
But look at his horns. So if he doesn't have the party hats on his horns, that's when he turns into Devil Banban.
Right into the security camera. Like he knows he's being watched. What's more, we can see his hats have fallen off, indicating he's in his psychotic Banban form. I found this one super duper creepy because we never don't actually see Banban go through the transformation, but what's clear is that he probably goes through a bit of pain before getting to that point.
It looks like it.
Anyway, on to detail number 7, an unused tape. So I did a little bit of digging
unused
into the
tape?
game files, and what I could find was an unused tape. It's right there with the video files for the tapes that we found before. Now, there's a chance that I just didn't find this tape in the game, but let's watch this tape anyway. This might be one of the saddest ones, because what we find is Bambolina sitting in a holding room. She's sitting down, slouched over with her head facing down, definitely looking like a prisoner in this one. It's sad to think that this is the state of the mascots when they're not out and about playing. One thing's for sure, things are getting a lot darker with the mascots.
I'm not gonna lie, Bambolina did kind of look like she's been crying a little bit. Like her makeup is a little bit everywhere. So, I mean, maybe that's why she looks like that, because she was in prison for so long that she was just like constantly crying every single day.
Even though they're
so sad to think
killers,
about.
When you see them in this state, you start to feel sorry for them. And you see how they're also victims in this as well. The victims to those damn scientists. Anyway, on to detail number 8, the Stingermobile. Now, remember all those times that big-ass Stinger Flynn took us into his dreams? And we were in this weird backrooms beach level. An unusual element that we kept on seeing was this orange car. What's even more unusual is that this car has a name for itself. The Stingermobile. In the first cut sequence where we enter the dream, if you go up to the car and jump on the roof of the car, you can see the name of the car on the bonnet. Unfortunately, the Stingermobile meets its demise because Stinger Flynn sucks ass at driving. He fully totals it in his own dream, which is even weirder. Anyway, on to detail number 9. That is super cool. Rocket music. You know how I was talking about that weird Stinger Flynn dream where we're in the back of the Stingermobile? There's a portion of the cutscene where music starts playing, and it's not even that bad. While that absolute bop is made by a YouTube channel called Rocket Music. Rocket Music creates nerdcore songs about popular horror games and internet culture. And for the Garten of Banban 3, they officially made this song called Rivals. What's even cooler is if you go onto their YouTube channel, they've got an entire music video for the song. And I don't know, after watching the music video and listening to the song, it got even better for me. I highly suggest just going to their channel and giving it a like if you like Garten of Banban anyway, just to show support. You know, creators supporting creators and all that jazz, just how you guys are gonna like and comment on this video and subscribe as well. Anyway,
you guys totally should.
Final and greatest secret detail. Number 10, Zolfius' secret voice line. Remember the audio note that we found in the green room? Well, if you take it back to that big ass speaker, you know, the one we used for the Spider Union, an unrecognized assembly will be called. Head back to the void and you'll find Big Bro Zolfius. The assembly was calling him, and for some reason in Spanish he says, "I'm sorry."
Wait, why in Spanish? What? Are the creators even Spanish?
First of all, why Spanish? Did they kidnap a Spanish child and turn him into Zolfius? And secondly, what is he saying sorry about? I'm gonna put that last one on to you guys. Please comment below what you think he's saying sorry about. The best...
I obviously don't know, and if you guys do have any theories about why Zolfius is sorry, and like who Zolfius even is, because we really don't know too much about Zolfius, leave a comment down below so that I can learn a little bit more. But I personally think that Zolfius is sorry that all of the children got stuck there. Like, I think that he probably maybe was behind some of the bad stuff that happened to Bam Bam, Bambolina, Jumbo Josh, and all of the other creatures that we have yet to find. I think that he just didn't mean maybe for like the children to get involved. That maybe that's what he's sorry about, and he's sorry that like we're here trying to find the kids and then we got roped into this whole entire mess. But he could be sorry about something entirely else. So comment down below what you guys think. But I think that is every secret detail that we missed in Garten of Banban 3. That was amazing. Make sure you guys leave a like if you enjoyed and click this video to see more.